Hi everybody, this is Ann, registered dietitian with Pediatric Nutrition Therapy. Today for our Food for Thought Thursday, we are going to be discussing different growth charts. So as you bring your child into their pediatrician, they typically are getting your child's weight and height and length and head circumference, BMI. They're giving you all these numbers and hopefully percentiles and showing you what their growth patterns are looking like. And so I'm here today to help you interpret that. What does that mean? Is your child tracking, or should you be concerned? Are they at risk for malnutrition? So these growth charts are something that we as dietitians really look at to see if there is a trend that your child has been losing weight, and kind of diving in deeper as to why. So this first growth chart is from the CDC. They're all from the CDC, but this one is the WHO growth chart. So this is for infants birth to 24 months of age. This one is the girls. And we use this for corrected age as well. So for premature infants, we're correcting their age up until 24 months. So they have these for boys as well. I just used the girls one for today. So looking down here at the weight. So as you can see, this child was following their growth curve nicely. They had a little bit of a growth spurt right here, and they are trending along the 10th percentile. So as long as we're seeing a nice trajectory of growth here, it's nothing to be worried about, even though they are below the 50th, but this girl is following her little growth curve. So that looks pretty darn good. With stature, we look at length because length can be an indicator of malnutrition, and it can indicate stunting, which results from not getting enough nutrition. So for this baby, as you can see here, their length has been trending along the 2nd percentile. So we definitely want them at least at the 5th percentile. Below the 2nd is definite red flag. At the 2nd, definitely something to maybe look at a little deeper. The one thing with this is at least they're not, going this way, but they are still very short in length. So maybe taking a deeper look into that, getting a new length measurement to just double check that that's where they are. So that is the first one. The second growth chart here is we're looking at weight for length. So again, this is the birth to 24 months, and we're coming down here. So this baby had an awesome growth curve here. They were following up into about here, and then all of a sudden they had a little dip and grow, which this isn't uncommon for babies, as they're figuring out eating and they're growing. But this is something that is of a concern for me. So this baby went from about the 10th percentile weight for length down to the 2nd. So that little dip is definitely a concern. What's been going on? Did the baby start teething, or did the family introduce solids and they are, more picky now, or are they not feeding through the night, or what's going on? And that's kind of our role, is to dig in a little deeper and figure out why this happened. And definitely if it continues this way, sometimes as kids get sick, they can become just acutely malnourished, and once they're better, they'll just jump right back up. But for now, this is definitely one that we would want to look at. We also look at head circumference here. So baby's head circumference also gives us an indicator of how well they're growing. Is their brain growing? Are they keeping up with their weight and length? Is their head in proportion? So that's another thing that we look at to assess growth. So the next growth charts we have here are for ages 2 to 20. So these are the CDC growth charts. So once a kiddo turns 24 months corrected age, we switch over to this growth chart. So again, they have the BMI one, and then they have the weight and the length. So this is the same essentially as the WHO, as we're looking for trends here. And like for this one, you can see that at around 11.5, this patient had a bit of a weight loss. And again, digging in deeper, is that from acute illness or what happened here? We just want to make sure that this isn't trending this way. And then their stature looks good. They're around the 50th percentile, following their curve nicely. So this one here is BMI, and this is a really important one for us as dietitians. So we're calculating out what their BMI is, and then we plot it on the chart. So for this kid, as you can see, they were growing nicely. They started off pretty little, around the 5th percentile, but they were growing up until about age 5. And then all of a sudden, they kind of plummeted down here. So this gap right here indicates that maybe something was going on. Were they diagnosed with a celiac or IBD, Crohn's, colitis, something that interferes with absorption and digestion, or what caused this huge drop? Because that can definitely be an indicator of malnutrition. So important to look into all avenues. So again, there are the WHO, CDC growth charts used for different ages. They both come in charts for boys and girls, and they're online, so feel free to take a peek. Let me know if you have questions, and we can take a look at your child's growth together and assess how they are doing. And malnutrition doesn't just affect kids that are underweight either. It can really affect kids that are overweight and trending, above this, because as much as they're overweight, they can still be malnourished if they're not getting the proper balance of nutrients. So let me know if you have questions. I really hope this was a helpful video today, and let me know what you would like talked about next week. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day.